Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video on Persona 5 The Phantom X. In this video we're gonna talk about the big elephant in the room, okay? We saw the release on this stream and on the CN1 of this new character, which is Hatsune Miku. This character was leaked actually for us around, let's say, 1 month ago, something like that. We already knew what she was. We didn't knew what she would have done. I assumed personally that she would have been like kind of a virtuoso navigator. And in a case, I almost got it. The only thing maybe I assumed and I would have liked to see is a navigator that can be even a character that stays in fight like a buffer for our team. Maybe that changes all the spells related to the character. This would be a nice idea in my opinion, but in this case we got her. She's amazing. We still have to receive the numbers on Miku, but uh, here we have a kind of a recap of the character. This is the splash art for the character. She's looking really good. Um, but personally, I think that we should talk about what she will done. She will do because a lot of people are worried at this point on what will happen to Fuka. I didn't bring her up. I will here in Lufel. Yeah, as you can see, she's hot topic. What will happen to Fuka? What will happen to Ange? Is this direct power creep to Ange? Because basically they do something similar. Um, both of the units are gonna give us extra turns in two different ways. Um, the difference between Miku and Ange is based on uh, the way they give us the turns. Ange gives us a double turn or a three turn in case you have a day 6 of our best version of our DPS. So uh, they will maintain all the buffs, every kind uh, of of extra buff, like maybe an assist from Persona 3 Makoto, is kept. So in a way, they Ange for some units can be better. Um, I think, in my opinion, Miku is a better unit overall, but we will talk about it later on. Um, in a general way, you kind of want to use Miku uh, in a in a setting where you have a double turn DPS. I'm thinking about Makoto. Even if you lose the assist skill, I'm thinking about I don't know, um, a queen, the old queen, the old Makoto. I don't know. We should talk. We should see here on Lufel, for example, um, like a double turner on what we have right now. Um, Violet is kind of strange. Let's face it. Maybe a Mont, a Frostgale Mont, she could be useful for. Um, Messa is a strange situation because it's not really useful outside of A6. Um, not anyway, even on the next characters that will come, you kind of want to use even for Barry, she's better. um, for all the next characters you want to use her in a 2 turn rotation, Meanwhile, Ange works best with a character that builds stacks, like it could be Luce Notte, or it could be used with character that wants a 3-turn rotation. I'm thinking about Noir Haru, that wants a 3-turn rotation because she needs to set up all the stacks just to do the gun. So in this case it works better, but not in every case, because if we consider the guild bosses from Weekend State, I think it's multidimensional. I never remember what's the name of the one and the other, but anyways, if we consider the Weekend State, where we go for our big turns of preparation in the early stage, and after the Weekend State we have the 2 turns, we could, in a stage like the one with Moir, unload everything on the first turn of the weekend state instead of doing it on the second one, go for the extra turns of Miku and have 2 extra turns, so a full 3-turn rotation for Noir that allows us to do another time every step. So it's not really an issue to me. I think in every case Hatsune Miku could be a better unit overall, but if we're talking, of course, A6 Ange is debatable, but between A1 and A5, I think an A1 Miku is always better than any other Navi. And I'm debating even at A0, but we will have to see the numbers, because every skill they gave us, every description they gave us, we don't have the numbers, so we don't know how much it is. I brought up some examples. And by the way, talking about Fuka, since we are talking about comparables navigators, I don't think she will get out of the meta. The one more at risk to me is Ange, even if, as I told you, they have 2 different use cases. But Fuka does something completely different. So I think she is more reliable and more designed to stay in the meta. While Miku enters for sure, because she will be the best Navi by far. So, why I said that she works kind of like a virtuoso character? Because both of the skill 1 and skill 2, which are the main skills we want to use, the skill 3 is only one time basically per fight, and we will talk about it later. Both of skill 1 and skill 2 have 3 modes that we can activate by switching the song. We can switch mid-fight, no problem. And every song gives us a different outcome. The skill has a first part, as you can see here, and as you can see here, that is the same for all the versions. But when you switch the song, the secondary buff it's different. We have the Heaven song that for the first skill increases party pierce rate, and for the second skill restores HP. I think that we can mix up the turn orders. We don't need to go like Heaven, Spring, but we can go Heaven, play with fire, for example, but we're gonna see. We have the secondary mode, which is Spring Storm, that increase party damage. All of this for 3 turns, which is important. And Spring Storm on critical sound increase party weakness damage for 3 turns. And the play with fire part, which is the most interesting to me, is the one that buffs critical rate and critical damage. If we reach 100% for our characters with critical rate, we can skip this and maybe go for critical damage and weakens damage, for example. But if we don't, this is really important, and we need to see the amounts, because if this amount is comparable to, let's say, personas, Dionysus, to a rebellion, which is around 15%, this will be huge. Even the critical damage, if with something comparable to the passive of Dionysus, so like 25-30% is really huge. I brought up Justine Caroline because she's the outsider that we received, and is the only one, the only character that released at the moment in synchronous with between global and CN. So her numbers, I think, are a baseline stat where that we can expect for a character that needs to be powerful in CN, because in CN they have Fuka, that has I think great numbers like let's see crit damage up to 40%. So this is a statistic that we need to consider, because Miku needs to be comparable to um, the Navi that we already have. I don't remember if Manaka increases. She increases party damage, which is 30%. 30% extra, so 35, and we have a party damage here. Even if okay, she does everything here, and we can like kind of split up, but I do not expect her to be like less than 25% here. I believe she's gonna be even higher, but she needs to be comparable to an Ange or a Fuka to be competitive. So expect big numbers here, at least in my opinion. And we have the third skill. The third skill is what makes her special. When we use the third skill, we need to gain the tracks, the amount of tracks needed to use it before being able to use. We're gonna spend every track, which are gained by using the other two skills, and we activate a virtual concert. What is a virtual concert? We change the current song, and we stun the enemies for 2 turns. What it means 2 turns? 8 extra action, 4 and 4, the whole party. While Ange gives us the extra action only on the main character that we use the Da Capo on, Hatsune Miku gives us to the whole team, which is crazy if you think about it. We could play a lot more with someone like Wonder. Maybe in the last turn we are always undecided. Should I use a cohesion? Should I use a what is it called? Let me check. Should I use a let's say the one from Melchizedek? Should I use a Verdict of Justice? What does more damage? In this case, maybe we could do both. And plus, after all these extra turns, this action do not count toward the total number of action taken, so is effectively extra turn. They're not gonna stop the counter. I'm thinking about SOS or Guild Boss. Extends all the duration of the buff applied by Miku by 2 turns, so 3 turns, maybe this one is expiring to 1 turn, she goes back to 3. During Virtual Concert, Miku cannot react, but every buff lasts for 3 turns, so is whatever. And restores all the SP to the allies. And also effect granted where the tracks were gained, so basically what we used here, are regained, because of course Miku cannot act during the extra turns, so we are gonna basically regain everything that we gained before. Additionally to this, party critical damage is further increased. This skill is crazy. Basically this is a critical damage buff. I'm expecting a big number here, because it's the only thing that does beside the extraction. It's not like the third skill of Manaka, of Ange, and she has the Da Capo as an extra. This is a skill. So I'm expecting a big number here, like 40 plus, something like that. And yeah, this is basically it. So this is crazy. Plus we have the passive, fan favorite. When Virtual Core Set is active, so in these 2 extra turns, increase party damage. As I said, I'm expecting big numbers here. When gaining a track, increase party attack for 3 turns, so it stacks. And stacks up to 3 times. We have already a buff to the attack here, a buff to the damage here. Insane. Plus, if we talk about awarenesses, this goes even crazier. Let's say something first. I suggest, highly suggest, because this character is rumored to be a true limited character. She might never come back, okay? So I highly suggest to get all your awarenesses that you want here, right now. I aim to go for A2, but even the A6 is crazy, and we're gonna talk about in a minute. At A0, as you can see, during battle, Miku can change battle scenery and song during her ally's turn, and their skill effects are enhanced based on the current song playing, as we saw before. When Miku's skills become available, the current song will automatically switch. Additional effect will still activate when using Feel the Beat or Clear Sound, which are the skills, where you've already gained tracks. At A1, she has a buff that we only saw on Justine and Caroline, which is where was it here? Let me see. Skill amplification. Yeah, this. This is a buff that we only saw on Justine and Caroline, which is skill amplification. Skill amplification on Justine and Caroline increase the values of skill and tactics that are increased when level up. This effect is calculated separately for other effects, and in case of Justine and Caroline was 14.6%. I don't know if she will buff skill amplification as much as a unit on the field, but I'm expecting at least 10%, something like that, something that matters, but I don't know if she should buff the same amount of a unit that can stay in the battlefield, so I don't know. Anyways, when the concert is activated with A1, we reset all the allied cooldowns. So basically, 5th turn, okay? We activate the 5th turn, 6th turn, whenever you want. You use every highlight that you want. You go and use the concert. You reset every cooldown. So everything that you have, nothing happened. When this buff, which is called Virtual Concept, is active, increase the highlight and theurgy final damage amplification, which is the best stat in the game, actually is calculated in a combination between crit rate and crit damage. Once you reach 100% crit rate, it doesn't go further, and the more crit damage you have, the more final damage you're gonna expect in the end of the fight. So this is crazy again, just for the ultimates, but it's crazy nonetheless. The only thing I don't see here, but nah, forget it, and increase the rate at which highlight and theurgy gauges are filled. So basically she's gonna work like the ultimate of Chord, where the ultimate of Chord allows us to have an ultimate in 4 actions instead of 6. I'm expecting something like that. So for the whole concert, so this could mean 1 extra ultimate, which is crazy, or even more. We don't know the numbers, but already seeing like this is crazy. And at A2, which is my go-to, when virtual concert is activated, so in the 3 turn where the concert is activated, when we're gonna use skill 1 and skill 2, we're gonna get all the effects. So 2 extra turn, 1 feel the beat, 1 create the sound. When we're gonna throw feel the beat, we're gonna increase the party attack for 3 turns, increase party pierce rate, increase party damage, increase party critical damage, and we are gonna use clear sound immediately after. We are gonna heal up yourself, increase weakness damage, and crit rate. This is insane, really insane. But wait, there is more. Of course, A3 and A5 is the classic increased skill level, so we don't care. At A4, after an ally activates highlight or TRG, increase that ally attack for 2 turns. This is not that crazy, but depends on the numbers. If this is like 40%, is insane. 50% is insane. At A6, this is crazy. Do you know this guy? Where is he? Where is he? Do you know this guy? Do you know what this guy does, right? He records everything, every damage that you do, and basically throws a skill that does the damage based on the damage that we have done in the previous turns, okay? At A6, when the virtual concert ends, so at the end of the 2 extra turns, all foes take a fixed amount of Hail Mighty, which is arguably the best ailment in the game. Takes a fixed amount of Hail Mighty damage based on each target's total damage taken during the concert. So we are gonna do our insane new turn ultimates, because all the highlights reset, ultimates, skill 3 of Makoto, Yuki, everything. At the end, she's gonna do like fixed amount. I don't know the numbers, because to be honest, I didn't. Yeah, 77. No, where is it here? I don't remember where it's written here, and I don't have Akechi, so 40% of the damage dealt. Record 40% of the damage dealt. So let's say this is 30%. If it's more than Akechi, this is already insane, but it's even more insane. But let's say it's 30%. It's extra damage. It's free. I mean, it's not really free because it's an A6 investment, but this is insane. A DPS navigator is not something that I expected to see, but it happened. So my advice for you, and this is kind of too close to the end of the video, is go all in for this character. We don't know if she will come back. We don't know if she will ever rerun, but we don't know the numbers, but like this is already insane. Just go all in. Go all in. Don't have fear to use your resources. In the next months, we're gonna have some skips. I mean, Barry is super nice, but it's skippable. I don't think Marian Summer is skippable. You should have skipped Akihiko, because everyone basically said is super skippable. I mean, if you liked him and you pulled him, whatever, but you should have skipped him. Puppet Summer is an insane unit, but it's kinda skippable considering that in some months we're gonna have the Mindscape buff for Fox, which brings him in the tier lists. I don't know if they have it here. On par or even better than Summer Puppet, because he's gonna have an insane buff. All his skills are not only gonna scale based off defense, but on attack also. So it's an extra damage, and he already did a decent amount of damage. Maren Summer you should pull. If you have a Kiko, you kinda want Blitz, and if you're gonna pull for closer Radiance, you want Blitz, but she can be skipped. Bui Prism, if you have a good investment on Makoto, is skippable, but she's good. Kirijo is to be pulled if you have a good Makoto. If you don't, you can skip him. I would suggest to get Fuka, but up until here, as you can see, we all only have two must pulls, which is Mariam Summer and Fuka. Kirijo is nice, but not really that crazy if you don't have a Persona 3 team so invested in. And after Fuka, I will pull for Lucenot and Soy Pioneer and get the A1 for Luce or Soy, because we have get one, buy one, get one free. If we pull for Luce, we are gonna gift us Soy Pioneer, so it's an A0 guaranteed for both character if you pull one. And if you pull the other, you get one ticket that gives us the A1, basically, or both A1, because if you pull Luce and get A0 Soy, after that you pull Soy, you go A1 and get the ticket and pull Luce from the ticket. So both A1 or A2 Soy and A0 Luce. I suggest A1, both of them, but it's whatever. And after that we have Junpei, which is super nice for the Makoto team, but if you don't, is whatever. Is a pretty good buff to Ring Firecracker too, but she's not really used anymore, so it's okay. And yeah, this is it. I suggest you to turbo pull on Hatsune Miku, and so get the all the amount you can go. A2 basic for me is the suggested go-to. I would not go more than A2. I mean, A6 is super nice, but you only get this if you are a turbo whale. A4 is nice, but not that crazy. So to me, you should aim for A2 or minimum A1, because the A1 is insane. Anyway, this video was already long enough. Sorry if I talk too much. I really wanted to take some time and think about this character, and this is my final thought. She's gonna not bench, but be used if I have to choose between Fuka, Ange, and Hatsune Miku. I'm choosing Fuka and Miku, so she's gonna kinda bench Ange. If we are gonna get the third guild boss in the anniversary, Ange is still gonna be used, no problem. I mean, I think it's not even in discussion that our poor Futaba is benched, so it is what it is. But yeah, crazy character. Just pull for it and have fun. The next video I'm gonna publish is probably gonna be the pulls for Hatsune Miku. I don't know if I will make a guide on the Akiko guild boss, since I don't have him, and I don't really want to get invested in making strategies for something that I'm never gonna bother. Because even in the guild boss, I'm borrowing an A6 Ange, so it's whatever. Anyways, this was my thought. See you in the leaderboards and nothing. See you in the next one. Bye bye.